Hello, my name is Benjamin Hart. I'm an American attorney and the Managing Director of Integrity Legal here in Bangkok, Thailand. As the title of this video suggests, we're discussing the possibility of a major influx of Chinese expats. And the reason I got to thinking about this, I found an article from the Financial Times, that's ft.com, via zerohedge.com. But the article was titled, the ultimate quote, source quote was, "Voting with their feet," this is from ft.com, "voting with their feet, China's wealthy look to leave after Shanghai lockdown." Quote, "The authorities are making people sacrifice their basic needs to fight a disease that's a bit more severe than a seasonal flu," said James Chen, a Shanghai-based consultant. Quote, "Our clients chose to vote with their feet," unquote. "I've had so many inquiries over the past few weeks that I couldn't reply to them in a timely manner," said an agent of QWOS, a Shanghai-based immigration services company, who received more than 200 requests on Saturday. Quoting further, Lucy Wang, the owner of an immigration consultancy in the southwestern city of Chengdu, said she was working 12 hours a day fielding client requests. Quote, "I haven't been so busy for many months," she said. Quoting further, quote, "I've never thought about being confined to my home for many days without enough to eat," unquote, said Jane Wang, a 38-year-old Shanghai-based marketing researcher who contacted QWOS after more than 4 weeks of home quarantine. Quote, "What happened in Shanghai made me feel insecure," she added. Quote, "I want to live in a place without worrying about being quarantined arbitrarily." Quote, "I don't feel welcome in the U.S. when American politicians and media outlets keep saying negative things about China," said John Lee, a Beijing-based engineer who gave up his dream of moving to San Francisco and paid agents renminbi 40,000 or 6,300 US dollars last week to obtain a Singaporean residence permit. Quote, "I want to move to a country where Chinese people are respected," unquote. Well, I got to thinking about this, and it appears that, there's a lot of things afoot here with respect to movements of people. And it kind of begs the question, well, Thailand's kind of a regional, it's always been a tourism destination, especially the last 5-7 years here in earnest. The Chinese made up a huge component of the tourism sector here in Thailand. So it will be interesting to see, they mentioned Singapore specifically in there, but, Thailand is closer geographically to China, and it's also probably far less expensive. So it will be interesting to see if Chinese nationals decide to, who feel kind of as though they don't really want to stay there, they're looking for another place. Thailand might not be, it might actually be a place that those folks end up landing. I don't know. It remains to be seen. Obviously, this is conjecture to a large degree on my part, but interesting developments. And, because it kind of begs the question, they brought up Singapore. Where else are these folks, if there is a large immigrant population, if you will, where are these folks going to go? Korea, Japan, unlikely, I think. Possibly the Philippines, possibly down here in Thailand, some other countries in the region, but for the most, maybe Cambodia to some degree. But I suspect Thailand will at least be someplace that folks are looking at who are trying to leave China, if only as sort of an interim destination before they make further final plans. Again, hard to say how this is going to play out, but we'll keep folks updated on this channel as the situation evolves.